Welcome, y'all, to Mecca God WNBA Film Room Breakdown for games of Thursday, May 14, 2008. First game, we got the Minnesota Lynx beating the Dallas Wings 90-86. Dallas came out the cannon in the first quarter, 28 points with 10-point lead. Paige Bueckers orchestrating with pace and aggression, but this game was fundamentally about paint dominance. And once Minnesota locked in on that mission, they dismantled everything Dallas built. Natasha Howard and Courtney Williams proved they couldn't be contained. Howard finishing with a 79.6 field goal percentage on 14 attempts. Every touch led to a layup. Williams went 9 from 10 from the field, combined 47 points on 24 shots. Turning point was the third quarter. Minnesota outscored Dallas 28-22, flipping a 4-point halftime deficit into a lead they never relinquished. The Lynx bench, led by Nia Coffey, was a perfect 6 for 6, including three triplets. Okay, provided critical energy. Dallas collapsed defensively in the fourth quarter, surrendering 22 points while only scoring 16. Paige Bueckers' shooting efficiency in the second half, despite her 27-point total. These past three games, Paige been missing in the fourth quarter. Minnesota controlled the game because they won the paint. They won second chances, 18 points to Dallas 9, and turned Dallas over 13 times into 19 points. Quarter by quarter breakdown. Dallas dominated the tempo in the first quarter. Paige Bueckers attacked in the pick and roll early, forcing fouls and converting at the line. Wings' interior scoring was relentless. 40 points in the paint primarily came in this stretch. Lynx looked disorganized in transition defense, gave up a lot of easy layups. Maddie Siegrist was active off the bench immediately. Dallas' biggest lead was 12. The second quarter, Minnesota defensive adjustments began to show. Howard established post position effectively, drawing four fouls. Courtney Williams began attacking in transition. Her three fast break buckets this game was a momentum swinger. Dallas held a 48-40 lead at half, but the Lynx 22 points signaled an incoming storm. Third quarter, Dallas, the decisive coordinator Coffee entered and immediately hit 3 for 3 from 3. Her defensive rating was 100.8, changed the defensive tone for Minnesota. Minnesota exploded with 7 offensive rebounds, turning into 18 second chance points in this game, with the bulk coming in the third quarter rotations. Fourth quarter, Dallas needed Bueckers to take over, and she never does in the fourth quarter. Instead, the offense was stagnant. Bueckers finished 7 for 13 with 27 points, but her plus minus was -6. That's the real story. The Wings attempted just 16 fourth quarter points, while Minnesota capitalized on 22. Advanced analytics breakdown, offensive rating, Minnesota 117 versus Dallas 107. True shooting, Minnesota 68.3, Dallas 56.1. Efficiency, Minnesota 65.5, Dallas 50. Points in the paint, Minnesota 48, Dallas 40. Second chance points, Minnesota 18, Dallas 9. Points off of turnovers, Minnesota 19, Dallas 15. Total turnovers, Minnesota had 17, Dallas had 13. Rim, field goal percentage at the rim, Minnesota was 78.6, Dallas was 60%. Bottom line, in plain English, Minnesota was significantly more efficient in offense in every category that matters. 68.3 true shooting versus Dallas 56.1 is a massive gap. Essentially, Minnesota was getting good shots and making them. Dallas was fighting for tough looks. The rim conversion was crazy work. Dallas won advantage. They were softer with the ball, having 4 less turnovers in Minnesota. Team performance analysis. Okay, y'all see it right here. You know what I'm saying? We just went over all this, except for Dallas had 3 blocks. Minnesota had 7. And bench points, Minnesota only had 4. And Dallas had 29 points off the bench. Okay. Minnesota Lynx offense was paint attack machine. Howard and Williams created an unsolvable matchup problem. The Lynx had no business shooting 60.3 from the field. That number reflects genuine quality shots. And defensively, Minnesota allowed 86 points on 67 possessions, which is a passable defense outing for Minnesota. They gave up 40 paint points and allowed Bueckers to get to the line 11 times. Their 7 shot blocks disrupted Dallas' internal game. Significantly in the second half, the bench was essentially non-existent, which is alarming for Minnesota going forward. Dallas, first quarter, 28 points. Mass structural problems that surfaced immediately later. Their 29.43% shooting is unsustainable. Only 5 made threes on 17 attempts. Tells you Dallas was forcing into a mid-range and inside game, which is they is not built for. The bench saved Dallas from a total embarrassment with 29 points. 17 of those was Maddie Siegrist on 63% shooting, which was generally impressive. The most encouraging storyline in the loss, but the starting unit defense is straight trash. Okay, 13 turnovers cost Dallas dearly. 19 points directly attributed to Dallas giveaways. Arike went missing. 2 for 11 shooting, 18.2 field goal percentage, which is a disaster after she pulled up them numbers against Atlanta. Okay, star player analysis. We had Natasha Howard with 26 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 78.6 true shooting. Okay, we had Courtney Williams with 21 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 90% from the field. Paige Bueckers, 27 points, 3 rebounds, 87%, 75% true shooting. We got Maddie Siegrist, 17 points, 63.6 for field goal, plus 9, plus minus. We got Arike with 6 points, 4 rebounds, 18% from the field, -1, plus minus. And the X Factor who changed the game, Nia Coffey, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 100% from 3, and a +8, plus minus. Okay. Film room breakdown. Okay. Post coverage breakdown. Dallas had no answer for Natasha Howard post on the left block. Their cover screens playing with a single guard gave Howard clean catches and clean looks. They should have committed to a front coverage with the weak side help from the back line. They never made the adjustments. Courtney Williams in transition. Williams converted all 3 fast breaks attempts. Film showed Dallas consistently failed to get back after offensive rebounds when they crashed the glass. That left Courtney Williams running in transition lanes. Okay. Paige Bueckers pick and roll reads. Paige was outstanding reading the double handoff in the first quarter. Minnesota hedging scheme initially left her open in the mid-range. By the third quarter, Minnesota switched to a more aggressive switching, taking away those reads. Bueckers did not adjust quickly enough. She kept attacking into the same coverage that no longer worked. Siegrist's off-ball movement. Siegrist's 17 points was built almost entirely on cutting. She read Minnesota's zone rotation perfectly, finding the high post flash and the baseline cut. When Dallas ran Bueckers pick and roll, Minnesota defense collapsed, and Siegrist was at the right spot every time. Okay, let's go down to the coaching analysis. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota game plan staff identified Dallas' interior weakness early and committed to it unconditionally. Howard and Williams posted up relentlessly. The system was designed to generate high position looks. Halftime adjustments. The decision to deploy Coffee 3-point shooter in the second half was perfect. It stretched Dallas helped defense and create driver lanes for Howard. Timing was excellent. Timeout usage. Minnesota burned a timeout in the third quarter when Minnesota was threatening to swing, stopping Dallas' mini run before it became a real threat. Textbook timeout management. Concern Minnesota bench just provided 4 points outside of Coffee. The coaching staff need to develop a deeper rotation. If Williams or Howard ever faces foul trouble, it's nothing coming off the bench to replace them. On Dallas side, rather than Bueckers and Arike as a dual primary option is a sound theory. The failure was tactical. No secondary actions decided to relieve the pressure from them both. Halftime adjustments. Dallas was up 48-40 and made minimal defensive changes. That's a critical coaching error. They didn't address Howard's dominance before it spiraled. Minnesota made halftime adjustments and Dallas didn't answer. Seegers was the best wing on the floor for a large stretch. Should she have started? Bench scored 29 points, but it came too late when it mattered. Okay, late time management. Dallas burned timeouts inefficiently in the fourth quarter, leaving no strategic option in the final 90 seconds. The failure to design off timeout plays for Bueckers at the game's end is a failure. Okay, X factors of the game. Nia Coffee bench bomb. Arike historically ineffective. She's streaky. Dallas first quarter lead a trap, and it's not an advantage. Dallas had the lead all 3 games, and they lost it in the second half. That's a big problem. Why each team won or lost? Minnesota won because Howard and Williams combined for 47 points on 24 shots. Second chance dominance. Nia Coffee's bench explosion, smarter halftime adjustments, and they turned Dallas over 13 times for 19 points. The reason Dallas lost is because Arike shot 18% from the field. You can't win WNBA games when your second star only put up 6 points. No defensive answer. Howard shot 78.6 from the field, failed halftime adjustment, and only 29.4 from 3. It make you one dimensional. Okay, here are the player grades. You know what I'm saying? Natasha Howard A+, Courtney Williams A+, Nia Coffee A, Paige Bueckers B+, Maddie Seegers with a B. I give Caleb McBride B-, Arike get a D, and Olivia Miles get a C. Okay. Post game takeaways. Minnesota, this is a dangerous team where Howard and Williams both cook. The question is consistency. Can they get this Howard Williams production game to game? The bench outside of Coffee is already thin. 4 points. You can't survive like that. Olivia Miles is developing into a quality point guard. 15 points on 58% shooting with 6 assists. Dallas Paige Bueckers is the lead, but the Wings cannot afford co-star failures at Arike's level. This team might need a third reliable scorer to take the preference off their alphas. Seegers might start. They need to start Seegers for real. Their defensive interior structure, Howard in the paint, they got a lot of questions with a big. Trending alert, Minnesota in and out. Howard and Williams might be on the new efficient combination in the league. You know what I'm saying? Here's some of my hot takes. You know what I'm saying? We're going to post later. You know what I'm saying? Don't be stealing my shit. Anyway, that's all my content that we got today. If you like more WNBA analysis like this, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bells. Mecca God is out.